Volleyball is back on the Golden Wave Sports Network. Tonight, the Lady Wave hosts division opponent Clinton in their home opener, and the first match for new head coach Laura Booth. Welcome into tonight's broadcast presented by Dr. Carl Bevering. It's Dylan Hutton alongside Wes Schrickle. We're excited to be back in the gym and get started for another athletic season here on the Golden Wave Network. And Wes, there's a lot of energy and excitement around this Tupelo volleyball program. The crowd is already in here for this early start, and they've been off to a hot start to start the 2024 season.
Yeah, 3-1 so far, and only losing to, in I think 3 sets to the team that was in the state semifinal last year.
That's right,
DeSoto Central. So you know, a lot of juniors that were on this team last year that were really good, and it's going to be really interesting to see with a new coach and the experience of all these seniors now, if they're going to be able to take it up another level.
Coach Laura Booth comes in after stops in Eastern High School in Louisville, Kentucky, and she took a 2-win Ripley squad that only had 2 wins the year before she got there to 17-17, and they made their first playoff berth in 9 years last year. So she's taken over the helm for the Lady Wave and replacing Coach Burt Martin. And again, Tupelo enters at 3-1. They're coming off a 3-1 loss to the 2023 state semifinalists, DeSoto Central, while Clinton has lost 4 of their first 5 games, or their last 5 games. They enter at 2-5. And Wes, it is the first home match. New coach, as we just noted. What are you expecting and hoping to see early on with this senior-laden roster?
I think just like in the contrast to some of the things we saw last year, just you know, in the first match you're always wanting to see that the nerves settle down. First home match, that is, that the nerves settle down, that you don't make unforced errors. But I think the thing that I would really love to see from last year is just a little more intentionality on offense, especially, you know, kind of putting the ball where it needs to be and not just being so kind of random as we were sometimes last year. So it'll be really interesting to see if there's some shifts there.
Yeah, and finally, Wes, 6 seniors on this team, captains Gracie Hopkins and Mamie Shettles. How does experience help in the early part of the season when you're trying to figure out some things?
Well, of all the starters, I mean, most of these girls, I mean, you got a lot of juniors and seniors, and they've been together for a long time. They've been playing volleyball for a long time. And so, you know, this last year, it's kind of put up or shut up time, you know, and hope it all comes together. A lot of talent here.
As we continue on the Barnes Crossing Hyundai pregame show, it's time to hit storylines presented by Super Chicks. Again, this is the home opener for the Lady Wave. These teams met last week. Tupelo with a clean sweep in that match at Clinton, so be a good start to get to 2-0 in division play here on this Friday night. We're glad to have you on board for our broadcast. It's the first home match for new head coach Laura Booth, and Tupelo trying to rebound after a 3-1 loss on the road to last year's state semifinalist. Clinton has been swept or swept their opponent in all of their matches to this point. And so you're either going to get a very good locked-in Clinton team or a team that's going to have some troubles.
Well, you only can play who is the team in front of you. So
you are right.
Go out and execute the best you can.
And again, every home varsity volleyball game and select home JV games will be broadcast on GoldenWaveAthletics.com. Don't miss a moment in the 2024 season. We're awaiting the raffle here before the starting lineups are allowing a couple of the Tupelo boys who were just announced earlier this week to go ahead and draw. So we'll go quiet for a moment to figure out who the raffle numbers are as you see them spinning that wheel out there behind the far net. The drama here as they bring the piece of paper over.
And the Blue Delta raffle winner is Linda Springer, sold by Chloe Springer.
So the Blue Delta raffle winner just announced.
At this time, we would have you stand or move on.
And we will stay with you here for the singing of the national anthem. Ajalon White will sing the anthem. practicing in the greater Tupelo area for the past 22 years, specializing in brain and spine surgery, dedicated in providing advanced and comprehensive care for neurological and spine disorders, the care you need right around the corner. And welcome back to the Golden Wave Sports Network. Dylan Hutton alongside Wes Schrickle, and it's time for the McCarty Architects keys to the game. And Wes, first time seeing this team. They've been on the road to start the year. They're 3-1, the Lady Wave are. But what are your keys to victory here for the Lady Wave to get to that fourth win in 2024?
Well, we were talking about how, maybe the opponent struggled a little bit at the gate. But the thing about volleyball is you're not just playing against the opponent, you're playing against yourself as well. It's just such a sport that thrives on form and perfection and doing things the right way. And so I think just to do the things that coach has taught you all offseason, do it well, do it correctly, and don't beat yourself.
You see the Lady Wave are being introduced. Turned on all the lights here inside the arena.
Yeah, we've upped the production value.
We have. As they come out from the tunnel, they're going to go ahead and introduce the entire varsity roster. And we have a great student section over there decked out in American colors. USA, the theme for today's matchup. We'll have our Super Chicks first serve after the starting lineup for Tupelo gets announced. Again, Tupelo with new uniforms too, showing that gold to blue gradient.
Yeah, new uniform this year looks good.
And just a different energy early in this season, and kind of an ownership of that rising senior class to try to make the best season they can, even with a new head coach, because sometimes it can be a washout season, right, when you get a new head coach.
Yeah, I think so, but I think with the talent and the cohesiveness that this team has had together for several years, I don't know. I think things will be maybe a little stronger this year.
Again, this is Tupelo Volleyball on the Golden Wave Sports Network, presented by Dr. Carl Bevering. Dr. Carl Bevering has been practicing in the greater Tupelo area for the past 22 years, specializing in brain and spine surgery, dedicated in providing advanced and comprehensive care for neurological and spine disorders. See both teams there going through the handshake line as they meet for the second time in as many weeks. A week from the last meeting where Tupelo swept Clinton. Since then, Tupelo has lost a match at DeSoto Central. They've played 4 straight on the road, and anytime you challenge yourself like that, now you're back at home, you've got a respectable record and an opportunity to get to 2-0 in division play. There's a lot on the line here.
Yeah, a lot on the line, and you want to start out as well as you can so you're not having to make things up later on in the season. But it's a great test and a great way to start off things.
We're almost set for the first serve, which is brought to you by Super Chicks Chicken and Custard on West Main Street in Tupelo. As you see that student section on the far side, already showing some energy.
You had Super Chicks yet?
I have not. I've been meaning to go.
Oof. It'll hurt you, but it's good.
It's good.
Oh, that's why it'll hurt you.
It's just dangerously good, right? That's what we like to hear, right? Lily Shettles will check in for Kinsley Carter, the junior. Starters for Tupelo will be Mamie Shettles, who's the captain, Lily Shettles, Dylan Miller on her birthday, Lauren Zimmerman, Trinity Judon, and Gracie Hopkins.
Gracie Hopkins as the captain of the team this year.
Gracie also a captain. Yeah, got 2 captains, both senior leaders in Shettles and Hopkins. Be interesting to see how the rotation works, right, with a new head coach. Everything that was built prior to this, how the rotations work, and schematically how things are going to play out.
Well, and forgive me, I don't remember her name, but last year they had the libero in the back row that was just so – she was a senior last year.
Miracle Herford.
Yeah. She was an incredible passer and incredible in the back row. So it'll be interesting to see, looking like Lily Shettles is in that role so far.
And we're underway here on the Golden Wave Sports Network as Shettles gets it across, hit into the net, denied there by Judon on the second attempt, and the point will go to Tupelo. They'll lead 1-0 here in set 1. Couple of point-blank attempts right there for Clinton.
Yeah, and one of the things we want to see, too, I think, from last year to this year is just the front line being a little stronger for Tupelo.
You're right, being in position as they can't handle the second hit.
And we were just a little soft, I think, at times when the play was at the net. There were times that we weren't imposing, and I think that'd be a really cool thing to see if we can do better this year.
There's height on the front line for Clinton. 6-foot Taylor Finley wearing number 1 for them. There's another errant hit that time out of play. It was Cronin.
It's weird because, you know, in volleyball you don't think about it being like this kind of machismo sport, but just because you're tall, you know, you got to have like kind of that hunger in you to play in the front row, you know, to just want to dominate.
The third hit won't get over the net as tipped off the top of the tape and stayed on the Clinton side. That time Malin Cronin was trying to keep it in play and couldn't. And the Lady Wave up 4-0 to start here in set number 1 at Tupelo High School. Another great serve and a ace for Mamie Shettles. That's 5 aces this year, now 6 for her this year.
Yeah, pretty good way to start off a match.
Couldn't
5
ask.
aces in a row.
Just can't get it across. So far can the Arrows. Used to seeing those long rallies in these varsity matches.
That was a good pass.
Swing there right at the net and denied by Judon. Seems like she's right where she needs to be. That time they pulled Finley back up to the top of the net. Try to get that swing off. 6-0 Lady Wave. And another ace for Mamie Shettles. 7-0 Tupelo, and a timeout called by Coach Autumn Frost. Just what the doctor ordered for the Lady Wave to start this home opener. And for Clinton, who made the nearly 3-hour drive up here, they still haven't got off the bus yet, right?
Literally the best way you can start a match.
7-0 Tupelo out in front. Again, our broadcast booth tonight brought to you by Barnes Crossing Hyundai. Discover your next new or used ride at Barnes Crossing Hyundai on North Gloucester in Tupelo. Also, our keys to the game and all the aces in tonight's broadcast brought to you by McCarty Architects. For over 40 years, McCarty Architects has provided professional design in education, healthcare, and senior living markets. McCarty takes pride in developing projects with innovative solutions that provide lasting value and contribute to the success of their clients. Visit them online at mccartyarchitects.com.
See kind of polar opposite teams here with Tupelo and Clinton. Clinton, as I'm looking on the roster, no seniors, or maybe just one. I guess this would be 2025 graduating class. So just a few seniors on this team, and you just see kind of the lack of experience.
Shettles yet again, and you are right, very
just a young team.
Got a few numbers between graduation dates, right, from where we are now, and finally Clinton will get on the board. And now 7-1. That'll break up the service stretch for Mamie Shettles. We'll see what Clinton has in store. Mary Preston Bruce will serve it off. She's a senior for Clinton, wearing the all black here tonight. And get over the line there for Clinton into the net. And 8-1 now, the Lady Wave out in front here in set 1. If you're just joining us, Dylan Hutton alongside Wes Schrickle. Gracie Hopkins now with the serve. And Hopkins, one of the more talented in the division, right, Wes? And all the different things that she's able to do as she gets an ace, and it's another point for the Lady Wave.
Yeah, she's pretty much good at everything. I mean, she can pass, she can set, she can hit.
She can hit from the back row too, right?
If she could just grow a few more inches, then that would be the difference in, you know, maybe like D1 kind of talent.
So 9-1, Lady Wave out in front in this home opener. Simmons with a big hit. Judon tried to get it across. Judon was a member of that state championship basketball team from last year. Great multi-sport athlete. Shettles with a diving dig.
Great pass and set.
Simmons, big hit back line, and the point goes to Tupelo.
Both hits by Simmons during that volley were really, really solid.
And that was a player last year we felt like when she was really dialed in and not hitting it straight down into the net.
Yeah, Simmons and Zimmerman both can be pretty dominant up front.
Clinton having a hard time getting a good attack going as Hopkins keeps it alive. There's Simmons just palming it across, saved by the libero. That's Cronin, and time the point goes to Tupelo on the tip.
It shows on the Clinton side how important passing is. I mean, just like it seems like it's the first thing you do. It's the most base thing, but if you can't get a good pass to the setter, you can't get a good set, you can't get a good hit down, you really have no offense.
And right now they're just not getting it set to the net to get those attacks. They do have height up front, as we said, but it doesn't do you a lot of good if you can't get it there.
That's right.
There's Hopkins again, Tupelo leading by 10. Here they'll get a set, but it's another back row attempt. Zimmerman punches it across. Clinton keeps it alive. Everything so far is behind that line.
Yeah, everything from the back row. Again, it's just getting the pass to where you can set well and get actually a play moving. Clinton's just not able to do that right now.
Hopkins hits it into the net, a service error. And Tupelo will give the serve back over to Clinton. Madison Harris, a junior, will send it off. Tupelo just seems very in control early, not just on the scoreboard, but in the way that they're running their offense. Right there, Coach Frost was wanting to say that was outside of the antenna at the top of the net, but they let them play on. The point ended up going to Clinton regardless. 12-3.
It'd be interesting to see with Clinton setting how Tupelo run an offense there. That's probably outside, but
ricocheted. You are right. They played that one regardless.
You never, when it comes down to it, it's like you have a split second. You have to decide, is this in or out? And, it's easy from here to say that was out, but as you're standing there, it's harder to tell.
Especially when it goes up in the rafters after it bounces off of you. When denied at the net, put down right there by Finley, the 6-foot class of 2028 for Clinton. But Tupelo gets the point.
That was a great attack there by Lily Shettles. Even though it was in the back row, she made the most out of it.
And good effort that time by Kennedy Denson, but she can't get it back across, and Tupelo now leads by 10. We're seeing Kinsley Carter for the first time in today's game as she comes in for Trinity Judon. Saw a lot of Kinsley last year in her sophomore season. She's another one that can hit it hard up front. And she really liked the short set last season. Carter did.
Yeah, middle hit set. One of the most dangerous attacks in all of volleyball. Takes a lot of precision and timing.
Big hit there, ricochets off the front line and out, and Tupelo gets yet another point, 15-4 over Clinton. They have owned this matchup so far this year. They've won the first 3 sets against them at Clinton and trying to start this match off with a set win. They're getting a little cleaner, Wes. They're getting up there to the line, but Tupelo's just defending so well.
Well, and that's exactly what I was talking about right there, seeing what Kinsley Carter did on the front row. I mean, she just, we call it roofing people. You put the roof up with that block over the hit and control the line. Nothing weak able to come over.
Attempt there on the swing, but it lofts over the back line, and it's now 17-4.
When the other team has to worry about that block, it does so much for you defensively. I mean, the hitters start to get worried about it, and it also takes away some lanes, so your passers know if they've got certain angles where the ball can go and where it's not going to go.
And all it takes is a couple, right, to get in the head, sometimes just one, to get in the head of the opponent on the other side.
So far, I've definitely seen some really good strength in the front.
Serve across that time by Shettles, Lily Shettles, younger sister to Mamie. Another hit that time for Clinton, but it goes straight into the net. And Tupelo will hold serve up 19-4. About as dominant a first set as you can have here in the home confines at Tupelo High School. Baseball will say friendly confines, right? Just everything offensively for Tupelo has been clean as There's a swing from Simmons. Clinton keeps it in play, hits it too hard toward the back line. That's the libero who hits it out of bounds. Point goes to Tupelo, and they'll get to the 20th point here in set number 1. Again, set 1 this season, all season long, brought to you by Barnes Crossing Volkswagen. Tipped, and Tupelo keeps it alive. Carter across over the back shoulder. Into no man's land. The point goes down for Clinton. That's Bynum, Sailor Bynum.
That's tough when you're a defender and you're on your heels waiting for the hit to come, and then it just kind of barely droops over the net. You're sitting back on those heels, and it's hard to move forward.
And they've hit everything so deep, it feels like, in this first set. Zimmerman from the hard angle there in the side hits it toward the libero. Shettles plays it up toward the net, but too close, and that's really the first mistake on a set.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I mean, if you're Tupelo, you got to be happy. Now, I wouldn't say they've been given a whole lot of really difficult hits and things to pass, but they've done a really good job so far not making mistakes. That's about as good as it gets right there.
That's what you like, that middle set, and Carter lays it down onto the court. 21-6. No reaction time there. Or no time to react for Clinton. Mulrooney comes in for Miller.
That's why that middle hit's so devastating. You just really have to have it in your offense.
And Sarah Foster Brown is in for Zimmerman. I believe Mulrooney actually came in.
Really great dig.
For Shettles there. Yeah, great play defensively for Tupelo on their end, and that time a little overzealous was Clinton. And Simmons was right there, too, ready to defend. Here's Mulrooney up 22-6, the Lady Wave, in the first home match for head coach Laura Booth.
Well, I'd say so far Lily Shettles is doing a great job in that libero role in the back row.
I feel like
that dig she just had was like, I felt like I was watching the Olympics again.
Fantastic play so far for Tupelo, up 23-6, and an ace for Mulrooney. She had 4 of them coming into tonight's match, and that list is going to grow in the stat column. There's another set that was misplayed in the 4th hit. They won't even attempt, obviously, because it would have been fruitless anyway. Tupelo wins set 1, 25-6. We'll be right back. This is Lady Wave Volleyball on the Golden Wave Sports Network, presented by Dr. Carl Bevering. Dr. Carl Bevering has been practicing in the greater Tupelo area for the past 22 years, specializing in brain and spine surgery, dedicated in providing advanced and comprehensive care for neurological and spine disorders, the care you need right around the corner.
The Barnes Crossing Automotive Group is a proud sponsor of Tupelo High School athletics, and we are committed to giving back to the community. The Barnes Crossing Auto Group will always give you the best price at any of our 7 Northeast Mississippi locations. You'll be sure to score with over 2,000 new or pre-owned vehicles in stock. That's over $50 million worth of inventory, and credit is never a deal breaker. We'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. Where nobody walks away. Because everybody saves. It's Tupelo.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Welcome back to the Golden Wave Sports Network. Dylan Hutton alongside Wes Schrickle. We have Andrew Bison on the production role here today. It's the home opener for the Lady Wave. They won set 1, 25-6. And Wes, it was a very clean first set for the Lady Wave.
Yeah, really clean for Tupelo. And very unclean on the other side for Clinton. But Tupelo's doing everything that we said in the pregame that we wanted to see. I mean, first home game, and they're getting it done.
Again, our second set for today's broadcast is brought to you by Hodges Orthodontics. Our coverage is presented by Dr. Carl Bevering, Barnes Crossing Hyundai, McCarty Architects, Raising Cane's, Hodges Orthodontics, Super Chicks, and Barnes Crossing Volkswagen. Glad to have all of our sponsors on board for the second year of our coverage here on the network, and it's been a lot of fun doing volleyball. We started it off last year, and it's really grown to the point now where we have a JV broadcast with my sports comm class, and just a great experience for them to get live on air, real world experience.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You get to watch a lot of good volleyball and get to practice, you know, being able to hold down a broadcast. You know, not everybody has our chemistry.
And they may teach us a thing or two, right?
That's right.
So
That's right.
might all work out in the end for us as well. But Tupelo was very dominant in set one, and going to try to keep that going in set two as Carter is out there with this starting group. It's also Cabria Garth, who now is going to sit with Lily Shettles, the libero, coming in. So it's Shettles, Sarah Foster Brown, Gracie Hopkins, Kennedy Simmons, Sophie Mulrooney, and Kinsley Carter, the starting group for Tupelo. And with the service error, some subs, Catherine Long and Dylan Miller.
Dylan Miller, a sophomore,
will come
some action here.
Yeah, will come in for Simmons.
She's definitely a new face. Don't remember. She's probably JV last year, I'd imagine.
Yeah, she did. Of course, daughter of Tupelo Athletic Director Jason Miller and her mother.
See, that's what I'm talking about at the net.
Big
I
block.
mean, that is, it's like they heard what I was asking for. I mean, that is dominance.
No chance up front that time.
I mean, just a roof on top of them.
Yeah, Dylan's mother is a head soccer coach for girls soccer here. Dylan also plays that, but she's an assistant volleyball coach now under Coach Booth here in 2024. Tupelo can't handle that serve, and it's now 2-1.
Yeah, Sarah Foster Brown tried to do everything she could with that, but it's hard, you know, running and almost getting into the crowd there. You don't want to get injured.
Yeah, not a lot of room, especially on this side, on the crowd side of the court, opposite the student section.
This will be hard to return.
Tupelo trying to get it across. Sarah Foster couldn't get it back over, and it's back to all square 2-2. And we've seen plenty of matches where the team comes out and dominates the first set, gets a little sloppy to start the second.
Yeah, this one's started a little closer than the last one did, that's for sure.
Long tips it over, avoiding the carry. The lift that time was Joyner. Tupelo.
Good awareness there from Dylan Miller to let that one go out.
3-2, Lady Wave back out in front as Carter will get set to serve it for Tupelo. Serve up and into the net. So far the serves have just been off for the Lady Wave as the libero comes in for Carter. That's Lily Shettles.
Yeah, sometimes when you know you're playing an inferior opponent, you know, you just kind of let your guard down, especially when you really dominate that first match. You got to kind of settle down and play your game.
Finley back in for Cronin, and there's a service error by Aubrey Joyner. Serves are going awry here early for both squads in set two.
Yeah, most of the points so far are service errors.
4-3, Tupelo out in front. Sarah Foster Brown will sit. Mamie Shettles in. Lauren Zimmerman subs in on that front line as Shettles will serve it. Jump serve there for her.
Really good serve.
Swing and again into the net. Just nothing coming to fruition for this Clinton offense. Just not creating opportunities for themselves, getting it back across the net to set something else up, right? So everything is being tough for them, and there another service error for Tupelo.
It's contagious.
Like a sneeze, right?
Yeah, everybody's got it right now. Yeah, I mean, you can't get anything going. You can't get any momentum if you continue to service error.
Dylan Miller fields that serve. There's a swing for Zimmerman, tips off the net. Clinton will have a chance at it. Swing, and again, can't get it calibrated. That was Tinley Prestwood, and it's over the back line. So Hopkins will serve it, and we've seen her go on some tears. She did it earlier in this match, but even going back to last year.
Oh, yeah.
And it's even gotten to her, right? One of the best servers on this team.
I think he jinxed her. Or
probably did.
It's like talking about a field goal kicker right before field goal.
Yeah, it's funny how things have turned, right, from set one, just that short 2-minute break, and now no one can get a ball over the net. Sometimes that's all it takes.
It's really weird. Like, setting is like that thing that's just so fundamental in volleyball, but it's not that it gets hard, but for some reason it's like you get the yips kind of, you know, it just gets in your head.
It's like putting in golf, right? Shettles across.
You think about it too much and you're gonna mess up.
That's where I think the attack could come from Clinton, where Tupelo's so aggressive up there at the net, those little soft ones toward the middle.
Yeah, neither team's really putting anything together right now.
Hopkins keeps it alive. Shettles sets. Zimmerman left-handed hit.
Pretty good hit from Zimmerman.
And a great dig by Cronin.
There you go.
Big swing. Carter just a bit long.
Yeah, it's the problem in that middle position. If the hitter's not quite ready, she wasn't quite on top of it, then your only option is to push that ball instead of hit it down. You have to kind of push it, and it ends up going out.
Cronin sends it across to Shettles.
Yeah, that was perfect. That was a great dig.
Carter there again.
Yeah. Carter, I mean, she has been very impressive so far.
She's erased everything at the net.
Yes. Yeah, she's really stood out from all the front row hitters. She's really stood out tonight.
8-6, Tupelo out in front. Sophie Mulrooney with the serve. Hit toward the back corner, no one there to play it. Mulrooney stepped up and Shettles didn't rotate across, or maybe Mulrooney should have backed up a step.
Exactly who that was. I think they're a little out of position. You haven't seen that happen tonight, though.
Nope.
That's the first time.
Quick miscommunication there. 8-7. Sarah Foster Brown. Now it's Simmons a bit deep. 8-8. So Tupelo went on a run, and now an answer by the Arrows. Not the cleanest of all sets here in set number 2. Carter denied.
Yeah. I mean, she did exactly what she's supposed to do. She hit it right into the block, but I mean, it had power. It just was right into a wall. You know, that's where you got to kind of turn your body a little bit and hit to the right or the left.
And that was Joyner that time with the denial of Carter. Mulrooney sets. Simmons
really good set, right
down the line and just mixing it up, right? Hitting it back toward that back corner.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing we didn't really see much last year. We saw a lot of outside, you know, always kind of pushing it outside. We didn't see a lot of backside. We didn't see a whole lot of middle. And tonight you really see him spreading around a little bit.
Dylan Miller, the sophomore. Serve it across. Back line, and it's deep. 10-9 Tupelo. It's a point-for-point kind of match right here in set 2.
You've got to get these serves down. There's really no reason this match should be this close.
And that one wide right by Miller. Service errors have been key here in set 2, and you know, more than that, we had a lot of aces in set 1. Now we've moved to errors, and there yet another.
That was a no-doubter right there.
That was beyond the out of bounds for basketball, wasn't it? That's a line we'll worry about come November. 11-10. Nobody there for that set. Had everybody stacked up to the right.
What's interesting with Clinton is they're having a hard time passing serves, but it seems like when they dig hits pretty well. So, I don't know, it just strikes me as kind of odd.
We'll go back set. Miller plays it. Mulrooney up. And there's Long. See if Clinton can get something together here. Carter. There's Sarah Foster with a big hit. They're going to give the point to Clinton.
Yeah, Tupelo's arguing that it hit the out-of-bounds marker that sits right above the net, but the ref didn't see it, so it didn't happen.
So we play on. So we got a whistle. Coach Booth wanting to get in that, and they get a turn.
Guess they changed it. I don't know how he changed his mind there, but guess he did.
So now we'll see Carter with the serve, with the jump serve. And a longer rally, point goes to Clinton.
Boy, that was really close to a carry right there. If I'm the official and it happened right in front of him, didn't seem like that was a tip or a hit. It seems like he kind of just swiped the ball over, which is not supposed to happen.
And we've not had a single carry in
no
this set.
lifts, no carries, nothing. That should have been one, I think. That could have almost been a lift right there.
Yep.
You get up under the ball like that.
Another mistake there for the Golden Wave. Point goes to Clinton. They've got some momentum here in set 2.
What did he call that? Did he call that a lift?
I think they called it a lift on Tupelo.
It's like we predicted.
Everything we've mentioned has come to fruition.
You got the hand open, and you come up underneath the ball. Used to be you'd get called all the time. That was a great attack from the back row there by Sarah Foster Brown.
Tupelo getting some momentum back. 14-12. They lead it here in set 2. They won set 1 25-6. This a much more competitive set, mainly due to the errors by both squads. Here's Shettles. There's an ace brought to you by McCarty Architects. Visit their website at mccartyarchitects.com. So a 3-point lead. Here's where you have to stretch it out, right? Get out of these tense situations.
Finally got Amber's attention.
There you go. It's been the mission, right?
Yeah, it's been for a while.
Shettles back to serve it. Another ace.
This is kind of close to where we started that in the first match.
Yep, McCarty Architects getting their money's worth here. Second ace in a row. Glad to have them on as a sponsor yet again. They'll have the aces, and they had Wes's keys to the game. 16-12, and that serve a bit deep. Good attempt at it. About a foot too far, and it's now 16-13. I think one of the coolest things about this matchup is how amped up the student section is, right?
Yeah, it's cool to see so many students here tonight. And they're definitely making themselves heard.
For match 1 here at home.
Ooh. Somehow it made it over.
Tupelo will host a tri-match on Monday against Caledonia and Pontotoc. Varsity only. There's another point for Tupelo.
Yeah, it's finally kind of putting some passes together there, and Lauren Zimmerman with a really good hit. She's been pretty consistent from that backside so far. Haven't really paid attention. Is she left-handed?
She's been hitting left. Yeah, I believe she is. Yeah, everything she's attacked so far has been, and I think last year we learned that.
Yeah, that's great. Gives you some versatility.
17-14. Serve goes back to Clinton. This is Prestwood. That's wide. That's been the theme for set 2.
Tupelo getting a little bit of momentum now, kind of cleaning up the sets a little bit.
Lily Shettles, who's been impressive with her serves as well, gets it across, played by the libero Cronin. Short set. Tried to tip it across Tupelo there on the first hit, bumps it back. Back on Tupelo's side. Simmons kind of off balance, but still got the point. That's the thing. She's able to adjust when the ball is coming towards her.
Yeah, Kennedy Simmons there was kind of off balance with that hit. Still got it over, but you'd like to see I think her timing was a little sped up there on the outside. She was already like ready to jump before the ball had even really gotten in the air.
Here's Shettles yet again, just over the net.
It was a great pass.
Back toward that sideline stripe, and it's in for Clinton. Great hit that time. That was Harris.
Yeah, I think Clinton has definitely settled down a little bit. Definitely playing a little bit cleaner this time. Been aided by Tupelo's mistakes, but still been able to hang in.
They're controlling the ball a little bit better on their end. Serve back for Cronin, one of the seniors on this Arrows squad for Coach Frost. Bit deep, but it's in. Not deep enough for Tupelo's sake, right? It stays in play, and they get the point, do the Arrows. 19-16. And for them, they need to keep this run going, right? You don't want Tupelo to eclipse 20 and just run away with this set.
I think Lily Shettles has done a really good job tonight in that position as a passing specialist. That was a rare mistake from her on that last play. Great pass.
Sets things up for Simmons. And she'll get the point.
Yeah, Simmons was real consistent on that play. She had several really good hits. But I mean, that just, Lily Shettles made a mistake on the last play, but I mean, that pass she had there, you couldn't draw it up any better. Center didn't have to move.
Mulrooney back to serve it. Sarah Foster Brown comes in along with Kinsley Carter. That's out. And Tupelo gets the point. 21-16. 4 points away from taking set number 2. There's Carter again with a denial. That one tipped just across. Here's Simmons again. Had to wait on it for a minute midair, but then just slams it down for a kill.
Yep. Again, the timing has been off there, but it was she's still making.
But that's the difference between a good player and a great player, right?
Yeah,
being
sure.
able to get those swings off and get points for your team, even when it's not perfect.
So much, and it's hard to explain unless you tried it. But like hitting, you think being tall, all that stuff, all that does matter. It's like icing on the cake, but timing is everything when it comes to setting and it comes to hitting.
Serve there went too far, so back to serve it is Clinton, as that was Mary Preston Bruce. Point ends up coming here for Tupelo, and they'll get the serve right back, now leading 23-17. Again, set 2 action. Tupelo winning set 1, 25-6. This one much better contested by Clinton, but it's been Tupelo who's ran away with some momentum. They had a chance. They had a 11-10. They were just down by a point, and since then Tupelo has spread things out. And yet again, Kinsley Carter have a home opener.
Yep, she's been, to me, the player of the game.
Now we've got the set point for set number 2, trying to go up 2-0 in the match. Miller across. Swing coming on the attack, not a great swing at it after the set. And there's Sarah Foster with a big hit, and the point for Tupelo. And a whistle. They'll have to discuss this one. It kind of took a weird carom, right? What's your?
Yeah, sometimes when you go to set a ball, if it kind of hits twice, they'll kind of call that a double hit. So I don't know. He didn't like the way the ball kind of came off of her on that pass.
So they're just going to replay the point. So go back to 24-17, and we'll replay it. You love a sport where you can just replay it, don't you?
Yeah.
Imagine doing that in football.
Yeah, you can't do
that.
that.
Without a penalty. And Tupelo will end up getting the point regardless after that set just falls down to the floor. 25-17. Tupelo takes set 2. And we will be back for set 3 as the Lady Wave go for consecutive sweeps against Clinton, trying to get to 2-0 in division play. This is Lady Wave Volleyball on the Golden Wave Sports Network, presented by Dr. Carl Bevering. Dr. Carl Bevering has been practicing in the greater Tupelo area for the past 22 years, specializing in brain and spine surgery, dedicated in providing advanced and comprehensive care for neurological and spine disorders, the care you need right around the corner.
The Barnes Crossing Automotive Group is a proud sponsor of Tupelo High School Athletics, and we are committed to giving back to the community. The Barnes Crossing Auto Group will always give you the best price at any of our 7 Northeast Mississippi locations. You'll be sure to score with over 2,000 new or pre-owned vehicles in stock. That's over $50 million worth of inventory, and credit is never a deal breaker. We'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. Where nobody walks away, because everybody saves. It's Tupelo.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Welcome back, Golden Wave Sports Network. Volleyball coverage presented by Dr. Carl Bevering. We're in set number 3 as Tupelo goes for a sweep of Clinton. It would be their second sweep of the Arrows in as many matchups, and it would get Tupelo to 2-0 on the year. Set 1 against Clinton, that is, and in division play. 25-6 in set 1, 25-17 in set 2 as we look at our match reset brought to you by Raising Cane's in North Gloucester and Tupelo, and it's just been dominated by Tupelo. Second set more competitive, Wes, but still not a lot going for Clinton.
Things got a little ugly, I think, for Tupelo. We talked about it a lot, the service errors, but you know, there was obviously some really good things happening too. But that's the consistency you want to see, even when you're playing an inferior opponent. And let's just face it, they're playing an opponent they're much better than. It shouldn't have been that close. So, you know, you want to make sure, especially in this last one here, this last set, that you really put the clamps down. Don't let them hang around. Show your experience and get out of this with a sweep.
And again, that student section just continues to grow. It's already reached back all the way to the back row now. I'm going to have to move more seats out here before long, right? Better get in here quick because the Lady Wave are up 2-0. Back line just out on the serve there from Shettles. 1-0. Clinton gets ahead in set number 3. Again, set 3 is brought to you by Barnes Crossing Volkswagen. Our broadcast booth sponsor, the Barnes Crossing Hyundai.
Good dig. Just like that, Clinton start out 2-0.
2-0 Clinton. Trinity Judon, Mamie Shettles, Gracie Hopkins, Lily Shettles, Dylan Miller, and Lauren Zimmerman on the floor for Tupelo.
It's a good offensive set piece there for Tupelo.
It's set there by Harrington, and Clinton plays it across. Tipped by Zimmerman, and that one is just in. Just beyond the dive.
Right on the line.
To get Tupelo their first point in set 3.
You put it there every time, you'd never lose.
Big hitter Simmons is now in. Just a struggle getting it across that time for Clinton, but they'll end up getting the point. Cronin gets it across. In our social media, be sure to follow Golden Wave Athletics on social media at Tupelo Athletics, and also on Facebook by just searching Tupelo Athletics. We're also on what's X now, right? X and Instagram, so be sure to follow us there. Tupelo Volleyball on Twitter is at TUPVB. Service error, and Tupelo gets a point back. They now trail it just 3-2 in set 3. And Lily Shettles, who has put that libero jersey on for tonight and has played well, Wes.
Yeah, she has. She's been really good in that back row setting. And like we said earlier, with Miracle graduating, she was great last year in that setting. And that, I mean, it's just like an anchor for your team. You've got to have good passers in the back row.
3-3. Tupelo has tied it back up.
A good pass.
the quicker you feel like you go on a run here in set 3, the quicker that Clinton kind of loses hope, right? That ball is just in. I believe the officials are discussing, but
I love this official here on the right line. She's very demonstrative when she decides to make a decision.
4-3 Tupelo. 3-0 run for them. And a little back corner hit right on the line point to the Wave. That was a great directional hit.
Yeah, it was. Put it where nobody was, but still, I don't. You know me. I would like to see a little more aggression there. Ball's right on the net. You got to destroy it.
You like the you're the big hitter type, right?
Yeah, you know, you want to. I don't know. It's like, you know, people don't think about volleyball being a sport with a lot of aggression, but when you're in the front row, you got to be the enforcer.
Be a headhunter, right?
Yeah, you know, you want them to feel you there.
6-3. Lady Wave just keep on serving. 5-point run here for Tupelo.
It's not always pretty for Clinton getting the ball over, but they do get it over.
There's Carter kind of using her fingertips to hit that one back toward the middle. And there she is to deny yet another. I believe the tape may have caught that one and pulled it down, but Carter was right there as well. 7-3. The Lady Wave on a run. And a frustrating night so far for Coach Frost. They had a bit of a run there in the second set, but since then, things have went sideways for the Arrows. Just, you know, setting things to where no one is at, and that's stuff you'll see early in the season, especially with a younger group.
Yeah, they're young, inexperienced. They don't really have like a kind of dominant kind of alpha player. So, you know, their best player is probably a girl who just hit
Cronin.
You know, and that's tough being in that libero position. It's hard to make a lot of noise offensively from there.
9-3 Lady Wave as Shettles just continues to serve. Mamie Shettles with a nice dig. Have a little deeper attack this time for Zimmerman, and it's in. That back corner just tucked it in for the point.
Yeah, and, you know, the way everything kind of went down there, Zimmerman didn't really have a way to really hit it with authority, but if you can't put a big swing on it, you got to put it where nobody is, and she put it in a very difficult spot to return.
Shettles just going to keep on serving. There's the set from Harrington, the swing and the point for Clinton. Joyner has been solid whenever she's had sets towards her, right? They've just had a hard time getting those cleanly set to her.
Yeah, I mean, they have not had a lot of clean plays, that's for sure. So it's good to see them put something together.
Shettles, Carter there with a missed time. And we saw that a lot last year, right? Just getting that timing down. That's the first time in this match.
Didn't look like she was expecting it, just the way I kind of watched it. She was there. It seemed like the timing was there. She was there. It just kind of went dead off her hand. Sometimes if your hand doesn't hit that ball perfectly, it just kind of goes limp and you don't have any power on it.
That happens with my driver quite a bit on the golf course, so I concur. Good effort there, but can't keep it in play, Ken Harris. So Tupelo with another point. 11-5. Again, we're in set 3, which is presented by Barnes Crossing Volkswagen. Tupelo going for a sweep. Reese Barbles, who played in the JV match, is now in here for varsity as she serves it. She'll get a chance to set it. Here's Shettles. Swing there and into the net off the tape. 12-5.
That's a difficulty. You know, you're going to someone in the back row, you know, and she's consistently, Cronin has not been able to get it over.
Barbles, one of the 3 sophomores on this team, another one of the multi-sport athletes. She was on the state championship basketball team her freshman year. Big swing there by Carter.
It's a great hang time from Carter there. She was a little fast on her timing, but she hung up there and still put down a really nice hit.
13-5 and a nice stretch here for Barbles. 2 serves and 2 points for the Lady Wave. Another mistimed attempt there on a swing. That was Sailor Bynum, the junior. Been that kind of night for the Arrows. Another one just missed time.
Not sure what's happening here. The 13 up here for Clinton. She's just, the set's there, the timing's there. It just seems like she's missing the ball.
15-5. Tupelo surely happy with that. And that can really get in your head, right? It's like the yips.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening there.
You can get to overthinking it.
That was a great hit by Sarah Foster Brown right there. I mean,
She'll get it back across. Hopkins plays it, but it's outside of the antenna. 16-5. Tupelo gets the point. Another one set forward toward the net, but goes into it, and it's 17-5. Tupelo running away here in set 3, much like they did in set 1. It's the way you want to start. You want to start good and end good, right? That way you keep Coach Booth happy.
yeah, and this is really probably the way it should go down, I think.
Simmons
there again. Yeah. Front row's playing good tonight.
tooled off the block there and out of bounds. 18-5. As Barbles has had quite a set 3 here at the service line, and she'll get an ace. Brought to you by McCarty Architects. For over 40 years, McCarty Architects has provided professional design and education, healthcare, and senior living markets. McCarty takes pride in developing projects with innovative solutions that provide lasting value and contribute to the success of their clients. Visit them online at McCartyArchitects.com. A bit deep there, and that's a service error that will end that streak. 18-5, though, Tupelo well in hand here in the third.
The service error, the play before that, 25 for Clinton. Call that a shank. You know, you get the serve and it hits you in the arms and goes flying out of bounds. That's the most isolated you can feel as a volleyball player. Is your team didn't get a point, it's your fault.
Another point there for the Lady Wave. That time it's Sarah Foster Brown with the kill.
Yeah, she's had some really good swings here in the last few hits she's had.
Now Kennedy Simmons will serve it. (19-6). All Tupelo as Simmons can't get that one across the net. Tried to give her a chance. You could see Coach Booth there. Could read her lips talking to Simmons, giving her a chance, and of course come up short that attempt. One more try, right, Wes? It's sometimes all you need.
Yep.
There's Sarah Foster again with a good swing. But Clinton serves it back across, free ball for Tupelo. Carter keeps it alive from point blank range. Barbles tried to level it across and just hit it into the net. 20-8. Tupelo 5 points away.
Sometimes you try to be a little too strategic when you just need to get the ball over the net.
An ace for Clinton. Those have been few and far between for the Arrows, but maybe some momentum late in this match for them. It's still early in the year, but it's been a rough couple of division matches for the Arrows. That one hits off the basket. It's lifted up for the moment in this gym, and Clinton can't control it on the other side. That's Harris who couldn't get to that ball, and it's 21-9. 4 points away now are the Golden Wave, as it looks like Kinsley Carter, will give it a go.
Good defense there again at the net.
Double block was set.
You know, Tupelo's going to see better opponents, that's for sure. But you know, you're seeing some players start to kind of stand out. You see some of the differences from the improvements, I would say, from last year.
There's Judon with the swing, and have some new faces in there too. That's going to be fun to keep track of, right? The Dylan Miller and Cat Law. Big swing, and there a block from the 6-foot Finley.
and I don't remember Judon playing a whole lot last year, but she's looked pretty good too. I mean, it's just more size up on the front. And it's not just about being tall, you know, tall, athletic. Both of those matter. You can be tall, trust me, I'm tall, but you can be about as uncoordinated as it gets. So,
what camp are you in, Wes?
Well, depends on the day, but
yeah,
mostly
we're going super athletic. Right?
Yeah. Well, mostly in the uncoordinated camp.
23-10, Mulrooney across. Tip softly. Zimmerman plays it. Mulrooney up to Long. Big swing, and they're going to say in.
Boy, that was close.
24-10.
She was right there, and she saw it better than me. I would have said out, but that looked like it might have just cut a little bit of the line. Why don't have the instant replay like they have in the Olympics, you know? You just see the –
oh, yeah, I need like the zoomed in where the ball shows where it hits on the floor.
Kinda, yeah.
Match point.
That's next year.
Need a sponsor for that. Judon across. Clinton just trying to keep this match alive. Big swing, and that will do it. The Lady Wave get the win with a sweep over the Clinton Arrows, 25-10 in set 3. And it's a 3-0 victory for Tupelo as they get to 2-0 in division play. 2 wins against Clinton, 6-0 in the sets against them this year, and wasn't all that competitive, but Tupelo had to show up and play well. They played well in set 1, kind of lulled a bit at the start of set 2, but finished off that set strong and then just dominated set 3.
Yeah, set 3, that score 25-10, that feels right. You know, that first set, you know, we had that really long ace streak, you know, and Clinton really didn't look very good, but that 25-10 feels right. You know, that feels like how the margin we should have won.
And just from what you saw, right, the leadership playing very well, and that's what you want to see early in the season as we plug in some of these sophomores into this rotation.
Yeah, this team, and that's we're talking about those juniors that are seniors now. This team is very well-rounded, you know. But there hasn't been someone that's been like real dominant kind of emerge, and that's really kind of what I've been wanting to see and waiting to see on the front row, especially. And you saw many of the front row players really step up tonight. I think especially Kinsley Carter. But many of them did, and I think we saw a tougher front line.
It was fun to be back here for some volleyball on the Golden Wave Sports Network. Again, our broadcast coverage was presented by Dr. Carl Bevering. We had Barnes Crossing Hyundai, also McCarty Architects, Raising Cane's, Super Chicks, Barnes Crossing Volkswagen, and Hodges Orthodontics. We'll stay here with you for a moment and let you know that Tupelo will go on the road to Caledonia tomorrow to play in a tournament over there, but then they'll be back at home on the 19th. That's on Monday. We'll be here for it. They'll have matches at 6 and 7. The tri-match will start at 5 with Caledonia facing Pontotoc. Tupelo will play Caledonia at 6. Then they'll play Pontotoc at 7 p.m. So we'll have both those games here on the Golden Wave Sports Network. So we'll be happy to have you back for that one on Monday. And then Tuesday, we're back for a big division matchup. We always are excited when this team comes to town, especially in volleyball. Germantown, the Mavericks, how talented they were last year. It's going to be fun to see how Tupelo can fare against them. That match set to start at 6 p.m.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, going to be some fun ones. But, Wes, as always, appreciate having you on board and going on for year 2 now.
Yes, sir.
We're becoming an experienced group, right?
That's right. Looking forward to a really great season.
Going to be fun.
High expectations for this group.
It'll be a lot of fun to watch this team grow, as we said, and a lot of growth has already happened, right, with this unit to get off to this 4-1 start, 2-0 in division play, and with the loss, Clinton falls to 2-6. But with that, we'd like to thank Andrew Bison for producing tonight's broadcast, and thank you for watching wherever you're watching from. This is Dylan Hutton saying have a good weekend, and we'll be back on Monday. We'll see you from Tupelo, Mississippi. Dr. Carl Bevering has been practicing in the greater Tupelo area